Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
Now, we know one of the two methods the parents involved in the scandal used to get their kids ahead was by paying to cheat the SAT or ACT tests.
And that has outraged students who did it the right way. So joining us now to talk about the fallout is Ed Sanderson, CEO of Ducerus, a college planning service in Carlsbad. So as someone who runs a legitimate program, just want to get your reaction, first of all, to this whole thing.
Well, it's appalling. I mean, there are a lot of families out there who are struggling to get their kids into college and trying to figure out how to pay for it. They're working hard, maybe some of them even doing 2 jobs to try to facilitate that. I had a conversation with a young family today, and they're overwhelmed by it. They can't believe that somebody can actually write a big check that ultimately could have displaced their student in the process. And really, it's a tragedy because there's no reason for it. There's a college or university for every single student. And although those schools come with some prestige, it really is going to affect not only people who are in the program, but have them question whether or not the entire process is really subject to some challenges and some problems.
I think this raises a lot of questions about how this actually happened in terms of these tests, because I know when I took these tests, you had to prove who you weren't allowed to leave the room. There were certain safety measures in place to ensure the person taking the test was indeed the person who had submitted the test.
That's
so
right.
How were these people even able to do this?
Well, I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out, but I will tell you this. Either the process or the procedure is broken, or there's some culpability, meaning they were ignoring or maybe even been involved with that. It still remains to be seen how that unfolds, but obviously it's broken, and obviously it needs some attention, and now hopefully it'll shine the proper light on that so every student, every parent has a fair chance in the process.
The anger online, what you see everywhere, is absolutely unbelievable for these parents.
Yeah.
As someone who runs a program, what do you want to see happen to them?
Justice at all levels.
What does justice look like?
Well, I mean, right now there are allegations that have to be proven in court, but if there is proof that something happened illegally and immorally for that matter, I would say that those people should be held responsible for that at every level. The universities and colleges, the participants, the parents, and although there's some questions whether or not the students were involved, if they were involved, they should be held accountable for their actions.
I think a lot of people also wondering now, was this the only nonprofit like this? Was this the only type of organization doing something like this? Stands to reason that there may be more.
Well, they'll start digging and we'll find out. I mean, I've been in the business for 15 years and you hear whispers of that, but there's never been anything to substantiate what's happening. Now that the cover's been blown off of this, you'll start to see some of those things unfold. And all we're looking for, and I think we talked about this a couple minutes ago, which is fair opportunities for students who deserve it. And if that is what creates the changes that make that happen, then I'm all in favor of it.
Let's hope something comes from this, some justice
Absolutely.
and heading in the right direction. Ed, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.